Hey guys, this is why I can't see the screen. What's going on? There it is. The shadow of that. I'm trying to stand a little bit in the shade. It's cold. I want to get in the sun though. Man, that tree looks like it's gonna fall over. How y'all doing? Y'all doing okay? Ruby, don't pull me, please. What y'all up to? Hope y'all having a good day. Fire chats are loading right now. 4 of them, guys. 4 of them. And these 4 will all be loaded. They're all loading right now. One of them, I think, got an hour and 12 minutes left. One of them had an hour and 17. Because I went a little over an hour on a couple of them. Tried to keep it under, but I just couldn't close it out in that time. So one of them went over, I think, 4 or 5 minutes. And when you go over that hour, man, it sucks. It takes forever. I loaded them, I think, like 11:55 p.m. last night. So it's been a good 12 hours, and they still aren't on there. So that's what you get. Like, that sucks, right? And I even refreshed it and everything before I even loaded them. So that's why I don't even know why they didn't go quicker. But I don't think there's no figuring it out. I think that's why people go live, because they don't want to deal with having to wait hours and hours to load a video that it's old news. But to me, it's not, because what we talk about is not like what's flying around there right now, right? I mean, we're doing some of them, but not in all of them. Melody Buzzer case. They find that girl? I don't know. I heard a rumor about 20 minutes ago, but I don't know if it's true. So please don't take it, because you know how people are. It could be freaking rumor. And then that's how things get started. I mean, I can tell you all the rumors I hear, but you better take it as a rumor. Until we find out, law enforcement. Now, somewhere on the Utah border, I've been talking about it for a few days. I think they've tracked it down to there. I think what we're learning is it seems to be where I think they're looking. Right there on that border, not far in. I hope they find this little girl. Just like I hope they find Summer. I hope they find Sebastian. I hope they find Jack and Lily. But what about little Jack and Lily? Little angels, beautiful little smiles, cute little kids, put through exactly what Sebastian seems to have been put through with CPS and stuff. Sad, heartbreaking. And the bruises on little Jack. Remember in the picture, the school picture, has a bruise. Like, that picture came out in the beginning. I don't know why they even kept that school picture with the bruise on the little boy's face. But hey, that's them. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. I've talked about it before. You remember when in the very beginning of this case, before, it was 6 months, 7 months before, 5 months before anybody talked about it. But I did in the beginning when I said that someone I had spoke to were speaking with the neighbor. That I was listening to him talk to the neighbor, okay? I'm not going to say the guy's name, but y'all probably know. He's been on the ground over there a lot. It's like a reporter / journalist, whatever you want to call him, right? Press, whatever. But I think he works for another. Like, he gives his information to like the big shows, right? Not like us little YouTubers. He doesn't have like a YouTube channel. I think he works and employed for some kind of one of the news outlets over there. I don't know. But anyway, I met him through one of the dog handlers, and I think it worked out perfect, because it worked out where I got a lot of information early on that a lot of people didn't have. When I kept saying Daniel's vehicle was leaving, what about going to work that morning, and said he forgot going to work. Like, this is evidently what Malaya told someone, okay? Early on, like the second day after when she left, okay? Somebody that was there with her or at that property, I don't know if it's a drone operator, or I'm not going to tell y'all. It could have been anyone out there. It could have been a family member. It could have been anybody. But she was sitting on those steps, and it's not going to show the pictures of where people were talking to her. But I think who took that picture is whoever was speaking to her. And I think it was maybe some kind of press person. I don't know for sure. But I mean, it's they were interviewed by the lady, right? Y'all know that. But this is not a lady that I got this from. It's a gentleman. So I don't know if it's somebody within the same company that she works for. I just tell you. Or I don't know that for sure. I didn't ask that information. I was on the phone with somebody else. The phone got passed to this guy. He was talking to the neighbor. I don't know where. I think down the road, or maybe right there at the end, by that pothole that everybody was freaking out about. Right in there somewhere. This conversation. I wasn't there, right? I was just listening in. You know, allegedly, this is if whoever this person was that was speaking to Malaya, okay, if they gathered this information, that did she accidentally tell them that before she went up and actually did the interview, or was this after that? That's where it really, to me, could make a difference. Because I didn't defend the mom, but I really didn't throw her, like, I wasn't really looking at her as bad as I was looking at Daniel in the beginning because of what I was told. And this is something that she had told someone, allegedly. I think if you ask her, she'll probably admit it, but she's not talking to her. She's going to the beach. But anyway, I'm just playing. I'm not trying to be mean by saying that. You know what I'm saying? So, what someone told me was that, you know what, Ruby? I'm going to plop my butt down. I'm so tired. I worked all night. I think I'm going to sit in the sun for a minute and enjoy. You want to sit right here, bro? Oh, my gosh, nice. Sit down. Oh, man, this is nice. Wow. Okay, good. Good thing it didn't rain over here. My butt be wet right now. God, this sun feels good. I'm trying to get the camera out of the wind so you're not hearing that. Like the other day, it was really bad. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm just going to basically come on and chat a little bit about what we heard, right? I think it's about that time it comes out. I did a little bit of it on I think like maybe the 4th video or the 3rd video, maybe even the 2nd. Because I do believe that the 4-wheeler was used, but I think that 4-wheeler was used before he moved the truck, okay? I don't know if he was trying to move his truck saying he was going to work and he forgot he didn't have work that day or what, okay? Or did he have work that day? Well, I don't know because he didn't go. He was at the house. Because he jumped the fence when they told him to stay in the yard, remember? And someone told me that, and it wasn't a guy in camouflage, but someone told me that he had a backpack on when he jumped over there. A black backpack. Well, if there's some photos out there that somebody has of that, I would sure love to see that, because he did hop the fence and he did blame it on somebody in camouflage. But go look at all those pictures. Do you see anybody in camouflage around that command center? Do you see anybody in camouflage clothing, guys? Why did he go into them woods after they told him not to? They told him not to for a reason. But they were already droning, okay? Let me just tell you what I'm hearing as a rumor that's really making, I guess, the RCMP mind be, like, scattered about the blanket. Okay? And I don't know if this is going to come out. I don't know if this is something they're keeping, probably keeping it so damn sealed and close to the vest. That's why I'm scared to even say it. But I think it's been out there. Someone talked about this before. And so I know that it's not like a top secret, right? But allegedly, Malaya told someone that morning, I don't know if this was before her speech with them or after. I think it was about 10:52 a.m. was the timestamp. And I'm just gonna say it. I sent it in 8 months ago. It's not like they don't have it, but evidently this person recorded her. Okay? And I don't know, this person evidently turned everything to them, so I'm assuming that they probably, if they have it, good, but I would think law enforcement would make them delete it. I don't know. But allegedly she had said something about Daniel had left that morning. When she got up at 6, he was not home. But she didn't go in the kids' rooms either. She called the school and told them that she had, the kids were staying home. Because allegedly she had told them the day before while they were, I guess, out and about, or the evening or whatever. Remember, Malaya she said that she would let them stay home one more day. We've talked about this. I think everybody's put that out. So that's not nothing new. We know she called the school that morning, right? So just think about y'all as moms, right? The majority of y'all are women. So I don't know if all y'all have had kids in life, but the majority of you. But most people, it's common sense, right? But like, if you get up in the mornings and say your kids have not been feeling too good and you just decided to give them one more day and then let them have the weekend and they got to go back on Monday. But they missed a lot of school. Remember that. It's not like this is a common, it happened a lot. And I do believe that there might have been a reason for this, okay? And this is just hard to say because I know how people are going to take it. And it's just something that I was told, guys, okay? And allegedly, one of the kids had suffered some bruising or grabbing an arm, something that happened that evening in town, the day before, the first. And it was basically, he had already had some bruises, evidently, little Jack, on his shoulder and like collarbone area and arm. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he fell and playing in a hut. I don't know anything about that. I mean, y'all know what I think, but I'm just saying, I don't know, right? But was this possible that they were keeping those kids home from school because of bruises? Because of maybe something like that? It's heartbreaking to talk about, but we do know CPS was involved in these children's lives. We do know they weren't seeing their father. We do know that Daniel was like locking her in where she couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't go because he wouldn't let her go. Ask her, she'll tell you. I mean, if you get up in the morning to call your kids into school, right, and you go in the kitchen and make a bottle for the baby, you're not really thinking about your other little babies that are asleep because they're sleeping, right? You want to leave them sleeping. Some would go peek and look in the door like I would. I'm a worry wart. So I, of course, would go peek in just to make sure they were sleeping good, make sure one of them wasn't up. They're little. Little Jack is little. And little Lily is too. And so I can understand maybe because she had the toddler, the brand new baby. She had the brand new baby and stuff, so she's probably occupied up and down all night, right? It's not like that baby's probably slept till, 6 in the morning. No, I'm sure she was up getting bottles at different times. But she told this person that when she got up at 6 to call the school, that Daniel was not home. That Daniel didn't even arrive home till later in the morning. Stop. No. Later in the morning. Remember, I told y'all this in the video before anybody ever even said anything about it. And I've kind of just stayed silent about it. But I'm at a point now to where the answers lie within that home. $150,000 cash reward in an area where people don't have a lot of money. Even over here, that's a lot of money. I know what y'all could do with 150 grand, right? Everybody a brand new house. I mean, think about it. That's a lot of money. And for nothing? Not anybody coming forward? I mean, they've interviewed how many people? 80, 90? I mean, they polygraphed how many? 10, 12, 15, 20 people? I mean, is there really that many people involved? Is that their problem? Are they up against the wall because there's a lot of people? You know, a lot of people think these kids were sold, but, you know, remember, they had autism, right? Special needs children. I don't believe that would have happened. I mean, yes, there is special-hearted people. I wouldn't look at that as any different. I mean, if I was going to adopt a child, it wouldn't matter to me if they had autism. That wouldn't bother me, and it probably wouldn't bother a lot of y'all. But, you know, a lot of people over there, the money is tight, right? So, of course, it's hard. And that's the thing. Like, was this something that, like, the Melody Buzzard case? I mean, I don't know. Sebastian Rogers. I'm wondering if all these cases are like Summer Wells. I mean, there's been rumors that Summer Wells was sold too. I mean, this is what's happening, and it's really, that's why it's just like these kids are just completely vanishing in a few minutes and leaving no trace, no trail behind. They can't, kids cannot disappear like that and not leave a trace. But that blanket allegedly was not there the first time they flew the drones. Just put it that way. I just say it. From what I was told, that blanket was not there when the first drones flew over. Now, we've never seen none of the really drone footage. I've seen a little bit of it, of the guy that had the dog and the drone, because that was his personal stuff. But as far as the ones that were doing it for law enforcement, no. But there was there was other people on the ground that had drones that morning. It wasn't just the search and rescue. So there's other people that had that were using drones and utilizing drone footage. So from what I was told, that early that morning, that they're at like 9, 10, whatever time it was, that 10, I think, whatever, when they got the first drone up, I think it was before 11 when they got the first drone up. So, because allegedly, I think it's all happened at like 8:30, which I told y'all that, and I think now it's finally come out. It was like a little after 8 in the morning, because that's also what she said, because he hadn't been home very long. And she noticed the four-wheeler was in a different spot than normal, and it was clean. I'm just putting it out there. I've dropped little hints before. Four-wheeler being clean, they were guarding the four-wheeler. Why were they sitting on it? Why were they guarding it while the searchers were there? Why didn't they say, hey, y'all utilize the four-wheeler. Here it is, use it. Right? And if you have a four-wheeler and you live out there, you don't walk through those woods from your house and wade through water. You're on a four-wheeler going through those woods. Right? Remember, he says he ran through all these woods, but he said he drove and checked culverts. So how did he do all of these things in such a short period of time? Like, I'm talking running through water on foot, getting soaking wet, driving your truck down there and checking. No, I don't think he ever checked for no damn culvert. I don't think he did anything. And I don't think he planned anything until after he hopped that fence. Remember, he knows that land like the back of his hand, guys. And why would the blanket be found the opposite direction? And if those kids flipped out at 8:30, they wouldn't have made it that far. That's a mile. And they went into the woods behind their house, we were told. So how would they be way over that way if they went in the woods behind the house? They'd have to do what, a complete boomerang almost to get over to the other side and go a mile or plus down? Daniel's mom told us, little Jackie couldn't go 10 feet in those woods without having somebody carry him, remember? Put these things together. It points at one person. All of this is always pointed at one person, the only one trying to defend himself, just like Chris Proudfoot. When he told them, check my bank statements, everything in the beginning, that was the red flag for me. And I knew I needed to dig more, and I did. And we've learned a lot since then, too. Well, I can't put some of that out yet. I'm not going to, because I know better. I'm not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize little Jack and Lily's case. But do I think they're going to slam somebody to the wall? Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be 2 of them, possibly 3, but I don't think Malaya's going to be one of them. Because I think her story was she was home. She was asleep. Then she was up, calling the school. Then she was making a bottle, feeding the baby, laying back down. Then he comes home. Then everything goes to hell because evidently she asked him where the kids were. And he said, well, they should be in their room. So why does he say he saw them? Why does he say he saw her that morning? And why didn't Malaya just say this? I'm just saying, Malaya, come out and just say it. If it is 1,000% truth, I'm calling you out to say it. Get your sister, get somebody to say it. Email it to me and I'll say it. I don't know. I don't want to think a mother could have done this to these 2 children. But you know what? I guess it is a possibility. So maybe if I throw you on that side of maybe you're guilty, maybe you'll email me that. And confirm this so I know. Or get your sister or somebody to email me back. Just get them to email me and just tell me, right? That way we can just settle this once and for all. Because I'm a little channel. It's not going to get everywhere. But at least our little family channel here would have a little bit of more of a understanding. Because all of us here do have a spot in our heart for these little children. We do want to see them go home, just like all the other children. Or we at least want to see them found and justice to be done, right? My gosh, Malaya, do something. These are your children, woman. I called out Katie, and I'm calling your ass out with your Hello Kitty ass. Just freaking do it, okay? Come out and tell her whatever we need to know. Come, just say it, right? Tell her. Daniel can't harm you anymore. Daniel can't harm you, and I know you're worried about, well, his brother and other people. Hey, they'll put you in protective custody. Just tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. And tell them you want to be protected. That's all you got to do. Believe me, they'll protect you. When it comes to 2 children, the biggest case over there, they'll protect you, I guarantee you. If not, get me first and I'll call and ask. You want me to call? I'll call and ask them. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. I mean, I know in America we do, and I'm pretty sure over there they will protect you if you're going to tell the truth. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe they won't give you a new name and put you somewhere where he can't find you. I don't know. But if he's going to go to prison for life, it's not going to matter anyway. But I know you're still worried about other family members of his, brothers, the other crazy ones. His mother, the craziest one of all. You know what his mother reminds me of, guys? You know what she does? The mischief grandma. From the 2 Kansas moms. Remember that case? The mischief group led by grandma, mean, evil grandma. Remember it was all the cowboys that lived out in the middle of nowhere? Remember that? Watch those fire ants. And, you know, that's who this grandma reminds me of, because all she cares about is her own kids. That grandmother thought she was trying to protect her grandkids, right? Look at Daniel's mom. She protects her children only, like Daniel and his brother. And you know how we know this is because she let us know this. Go listen to that thing where they do the door and the sliding door. And she gives all her speech and all her spiel. And she gets all fired up and she's telling the whole story. Never showing not one lick of emotion, not one. But then she's asked about Daniel and bam, she breaks the hell down, don't she? Starts crying. Right there. She doesn't want to lose her son to prison for life. His mama let us know. She knows way more. It's not about swings. It's not about a camper. It's not about the kids playing in the backyard. It's not about any of those kids. I don't believe were ever in that backyard. Just like I don't believe Summer Wells left that house on their own. Just like I don't believe Sebastian Rogers left that. I don't think Sebastian made it home either. Stephanie Darwin, right? Same thing. FBI got a reward for her 15 grand. Not a peep, not a sight. She walked off in the woods crying, says Grandpa. Why did Mom and Dad have to be gone when this happened? You get it? I think they took that little girl with them somewhere. Because they sure did seem to be buying generators and all that after she vanished, right? And they didn't have any money. So how were they buying these fancy things? Did they sell this child to whoever she met online? The dad sure didn't know a lot about it, right? That's another one that I think could end up being Melody Buzzard the same way. Greed sometimes gets in the way because sometimes parents are born without a heart. Sometimes parents have children when they don't want to. But think about it. Really think about what Daniel's grandma said. Go back and watch it and just watch her face expression as soon as they say her son. Just watch it. She physically, mentally, emotionally breaks. Just breaks right there, breaks down. She'll break down the whole time about Jack and Lily, her little grandbabies they're supposed to love, right? And they come to the backyard every day. She carries little Jackie in the woods because he can't walk more than 10 feet in those woods. It's too much deadfall. She told us this. So then how the hell are you going to tell us they went in the woods? I know that they switched it and tried to make it like they got kidnapped. I know that. Or abducted or whatever, but there's zero sign. They know every vehicle that was in that area from trail cams and people's ring cams. They might not be able to make out everyone or get license plates, but they knew every vehicle. Just look at them, how quick they tracked that black car down. That somebody called it. Hey, it was just a husband and a wife going down to the lake to relax. But they tried to do this. There was nobody in that area. This is way out in the boonies, man. The only vehicles you see are the ones that live there. They didn't find any other vehicles that didn't match. Ooh, I told you I'd come down the other way and it's windy as hell. I got to get back down this way. But think about these things. Little Jack and Lily, time is still at the essence. Because if they are with someone or another couple, which I think, unless they'd done something sinister, they would have came forward and been like, you know what, I have them at this point. Because if they get caught, they're going to prison for life. So I think they would have definitely said, hey, we have the kids, you know. Just like I think in Sebastian Rogers' case, all that money and rewards, somebody would have came forward. Samuel Wells, somebody would have came forward, right? Stephanie Darwin, somebody would have came forward, I believe. Unless this was a sinister sale of your child to a predator, then you're not going to hear anything. So yeah, we can't rule that out. But why? I mean, they track Melody Buzzard. They have the rental car. They have the phones. They know exactly where this lady went. How are they not finding this child? I mean, car team is good, really good. If this goes to 30 days, y'all realize what happens, right? 5%. She's going to fall into the 5% category. But was CPS ever involved in Melody's life? I don't know that yet. We're trying to find out. Just like we're trying to find out a lot more on Jack and Lily. But, you know, I've been communicating with a lot of people in that area finally. It's taken a long time to build to where people trust, right? Plus, on my end, I have to learn to trust people too. And so, what I'm hearing, I don't know. But, I mean, I know the sources I'm hearing it from. It's pretty much, I think it'll all come out eventually. Everything does. But if you really go back and watch the first, second video I did, there's a lot of answers that have come out finally now, right? That we had got in the first few days. So, prayers for little Jack and Lily to be found, guys. We're going to keep fighting. We're fighting for all these cases. You know, we do a lot of Sebastian because I think we're on the verge of maybe coming to justice for Sebastian Rogers. Somewhat. I think the police are on the verge of that. And the calm before the storm, right? Boom, boom. All right, we haven't seen anything since April 2nd, okay? December 7th is coming up on us. Thanksgiving is coming up on us. What about little Leilani Simon? Wasn't it Thanksgiving they took her in? Been her turkey day in jail, right? They like to do this to people. I don't know if that's just because they know that they're going to be home. I think that's more or less what it is. They know they're going to be there on the holiday, right? So they know they can come in and get them. That's something that an officer once told me. Is we try to use holidays because we know they're going to be home. Now, if it comes to college kids and stuff, well, of course, that's different. But I'm talking about, you know, adults like us. We're going to be home barbecuing, whatever, right? We're going to be having a good day, hanging out, chilling, playing with the family. So, I don't know. And there's another rumor that Daniel there might be another a search warrant or something coming on that case too. I wouldn't doubt it because something happened in the Jack and Lily case about a week ago, and I don't know. When you start seeing all this activity, it's something's brewing, right? We don't know what it is, but I believe they're going to come out and give a statement on Jack and Lily pretty quickly. I think probably within this week that they probably will. Tomorrow's a holiday, so to me it would either be today or probably Friday, but I don't know how they're going to do it. But from what I'm hearing from a reporter, that they're going to come out and talk, the RCMP. Because they're wishy-washy. I still go back to what they said in the first 5 days or 6 days. They felt like these kids were no longer with us. I think they know way more than that now. But, you know, they got to build a case. They got to protect it. They got to keep everything close to the vest, right? And that's what we need to allow them to do. That doesn't mean we can't still dig, right? We can still dig. We can still ask people and try to make friends with people, right? I mean, when these cases are that far, it's hard because you can't just pack up and go, right? I wish I could just drive down there and be that close, but no, you can't. That's a long way, right? But, you know, why don't y'all also, how about we get a little research from from y'all guys? How about we try to figure out the route? that the Proud Pits took to go to Alaska. They go through Canada, right? I think you have to, right? When you take an RV like that. See where that route goes. And just check it out. Just like pull it up on Google Earth and just look at the trail, right, of the maps. Just kind of peek at it and see what you see what it looks like. Because y'all, I've always said, I'm not trying to change the subject on Jack and Lily, but this is a point that I'm making because they're in Canada, right? Nova goes to Canada, right? Well, I heard another rumor, okay? I've been hearing a lot of rumors the last few days, right? I've been getting a lot of phone calls. Thank God, it's about time. Thank y'all. I did hear a rumor that early on in this, that they had a thought that this kid could be in Canada. Isn't that weird? I don't know if Dog or any of them ever said that. I know they said New York and stuff, but I don't watch their videos, so I don't know. Has anybody ever heard anything about, besides Chris Proudfoot looking for a crane job there and posting it on his, I think he's giving us another clue. Is this what happened? Was Katie really too scared to give this child to Seth Rogers because of everything? And then now Chris is trying to get a crane job and they're going to move to Canada? That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. Take it as a rumor right now, grain of salt, right? Allegedly. But that's what I'm hearing. But it's not a coincidence that he posted that at that particular date and that particular time. I mean, I'm wondering because, a lot of people say she was not okay with letting Sebastian go with him. So would she be willing to sacrifice a year and a half, 2 years of time for them to build up and move to Canada? Oh, he got a job, we got to go, sorry. But, I mean, they ghosted him in the first couple of weeks. And when you do that, I think she knew he wasn't coming back. She left that stuff on the porch just so the neighbors wouldn't harass her anymore. But don't you think Sebastian would have rather seen Katie at that porch than a blanket? How many of y'all would have been sitting on that porch every night, all night, with a damn space heater and a flashlight, and a book, and a coffee or a hot cocoa? You'd have been sitting out there on that porch for night after night after night after night, and probably still might be. That's the thing. They didn't do this. They left town. Right? Who else left right away? Which this one left right away. Malaya. Why did she leave so fast? I mean, terrified of Daniel. Had a way out. Cops were there. She had a way out. And I think that tells us that there's more to this picture. Then whenever you found a case with 2 missing children and the mom moves out in less than 24 hours, go find me one. Go find. The closest one I think is probably going to be Katie and Chris ghosting Sebastian in March after a few weeks. 2 or 3 weeks of him, 3 weeks, whatever, of him vanishing. So it's kind of weird. If you really look at these cases, there is a lot of similarities. And Canada has been mentioned. The Bostock, from what I was told, that you have to go through Canada that way to get in. Now, y'all let me know, because that could be wrong. They do drive up there. So, I don't know. We don't really know. We don't see flight records or anything, right? We haven't seen any receipts like that they flew. We were told they drove. I don't know. Did they drive up there and fly back? Well, I think that's what they said, right? So why would they fly back if they pulled the travel trailer? They're going to leave it through the winter over there? Nah, come on. I'm just saying. Is he living in a travel trailer somewhere over there? I don't know. I've always said he could be in Alaska. And now, it makes sense, Canada, I guess. That's where Chris is evidently looking for work. Katie, too, from what I allegedly hear. I'm trying to find some websites and see if I can find resumes or anything put in. I'm calling a lot of people in that area where that crane job was to see security places, things like to see if Katie had applied to anywhere. Like, if we can pin them to that, wow, right? That would be huge. But we'll see how it goes. Trigger warnings always, guys. Prayers for Jack and Lily. I hope they're found. I hope justice comes for them, as well as Sebastian, Summer, all of them. We can't forget about all these. Stephanie Darman, we don't talk about her much anymore. Nobody does. Why? Her dad knows the truth, I feel. We're going to keep pushing. and fighting and clawing and scratching until we get to the bottom of at least something. At least try to give one little bit of help, right? I always tell them anybody can send anything in, right? I got some pictures again from my new dear friend, the Ghost. I'm not going to tell you who she is because she's a ghost. But I got some photos of somebody wearing glasses, and the buggy is, that golf cart buggy is in, well, you haven't seen the one from last night, but the golf cart buggy is in this one too. Sebastian Rogers case too. Just to let you know, I'm going to leave it at that. But I have the photos. I've had them done. I sent them back to the Ghost. I'm sure that you can make it out a whole lot better now, right? Because we took the same style of like off-road golf cart thing. Although it's really, really blurry, the one in the picture, I took one and planted it right next to it. And I think the Sebastian Rogers case is coming together. I think this is way different than we thought. Like I said, I've always felt like that flashlight video was a distraction. And I really do believe that now for sure. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We love y'all, guys. Y'all's comments, y'all's nails alone, not to reflect the channel. We do our research together because we're a big heart of family, guys. We appreciate y'all every day. What is, you got a sticker? Hold on. You got a sticker, I bet. Ooh, you do, right in the middle of your pat. Ow, it's stuck on my thumb. All right. Anyway, she had a sticker burr. Oh, right between her pads. Dang, that's hurt. Ruby stuck me in the thumb. Anyway, allegedly, you know, these are my thoughts and opinions. Y'all know that. I have to say that, but don't take my word for it. A lot of this, some of that is rumors that I said too. So take it as rumors right now. Let's see if we can make those rumors reality. That's what it's about. That's what everybody's trying to do. So let's keep trying. Keep praying. Keep lighting candles. Keep setting an extra table for these children. Talk about them. You know, just keep them out there. They all deserve to be found. So, with that said, guys, we'll talk soon. Trigger warning times 100 million in this. And like I said, I hope little Jack and Lily are found, just like I hope all of them are. Or at least somebody find the truth. And Malaya, I'm serious. Let me know if what I'm hearing is your words. Because I'm being told it's your words. And I really would like to at least get that part out of the way. Because if Daniel was not home when you woke up, the law enforcement needs to notice. They need to notice. This could help them find your children. I'm serious. It could lead them to your children. Have you ever stopped and thought about that? Unless you really know where they are too, and you're just lying to people. That's why I say, give me an answer. Tell me yes or no. No, it's not, or yes, it is. That's how you have to email. Get your sister to do it. Don't matter. That way we can at least learn that piece of the puzzle. So we can keep building what we're building. Because we haven't shown anybody what we're building on Jack and Lily yet. We got a whole job board for them little ones, just like we do for all these cases. But we haven't filmed in that new studio yet. So y'all haven't seen these things. But we're getting there. Christmas is around the corner. We might launch that studio on December 7th. Right? For Sebastian Rogers' birthday. That's our plan. December 7th to launch everything, and we'll see how it goes by then. Maybe there'll be arrests on that day. Maybe there'll be arrests before that. I don't know. We'll have to keep fighting. Like I said, everyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We're not here saying they're guilty. There's no proof of that yet. Law enforcement hasn't told us they're guilty yet. No arrests have been made in any of these cases yet. So take it as a grain of salt until we see some arrests. But I'm going to keep digging. If we find some warrants or find anything that's going to come out, believe me, we'll break them to y'all and let y'all know. All right, guys. Talk soon. Bye.